Call a meeting of Borough West Easton Council to order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please, David.
Mr. James.
Here.
Mr. James.
Here.
Mr. Lewis. Here. Mr. Renana. Here. Mr. Bolash. Here. Mr. Brian. Ms. Jones-Brown.
Here.
And your council here.
We have a quorum. I'm going to open it up to public comments, not related to the conditional use hearing. Please, if you have any comments, not related to the conditional use hearing, go ahead and open it up.
Yes, I'm Bill Smith from 93 Main Street. It's not against the hearing, but it's related to that. We're still trying to get traffic and everything straightened out with them. Trees being removed, wall doors being put in and all that. That other place ain't straightened out yet.
The laundry
The laundry place and the DUI center. Our driveway's blocked today. She couldn't even get the car to move. Who do we call?
call
What's she gonna do?
the borough manager. She can contact the.
State police?
No, they call the
In
DUI
the
center.
meantime, cars are, traffic's jamming up and it's packing traffic up down there. We're gonna get hit in the rear end.
So is it from the laundry or is it from the work release?
DUI center.
DUI center.
Yet, last weekend, when we walked, peed right out, got in the gate, peed up against the other vacant building.
We dotted it. I know it's a broken record, but we have a good relationship with them at the work release center. If you did call, we can call them and I mean if.
I don't think you understand. I talk to people on all Greensill, Spring Street, Ridge Street. The DUI center's leaving them out. They're getting tired in the heat and laying on people's lawns and all.
Is this a resident of the DUI center or a visitor? Do you know?
I wasn't gonna go.
No, because what I'm saying is,
He
you
was
said this
getting,
before.
he was getting picked up.
If you can take, oh, he's getting picked up and it's probably,
Yeah.
if you can get a picture of somebody peeing, they're going right back up to Northampton.
But where's that getting anybody?
It'll get rid
There's
of
a new place coming in all the time, and we're going through the same thing. Joan says, call her. Well, I'm tired of calling.
That's the way we're gonna be able to get stuff done. We can't change that part. And we have had good, we have had better luck with the work
I
release
called the
center.
DUI center. I said, there's 5 guys standing outside there. Well, I don't know that. I said, look at your camera. All right, I'll be right out. Is the camera even working?
They have to. We've been there. The facility is decent. The staff have been responsive. We'll have to.
And they got their own security, and their security's pretty good.
Their security.
There's 3 guards,
Right.
and if there's trouble, the sheriff's police there.
Right.
That didn't bring me to the other, I'll talk about the other thing when I'm able to.
Okay, Bill.
Well, may I interject something?
Yes, sir.
From past, in the original, and it's Jerry Gross.
Jerry, begin.
In the original agreement,
Interested.
in the original agreement,
Mr. Gross,
Just
well, you know who you are, but for the record, the
I,
name and address.
Gerald W. Gross, 52 years of.
Ray, serial number. Sorry, Jerry.
All I want to say.
We're on the record.
From the history of that situation down here, the entranceway, where the side steps are, the exit, that was supposed to be for a bus or pickup and delivery with the loop around coming out on the other end, on the other side of the pond. That's the way it was supposed.
Never done that.
That was part of the agreement originally. When they started, the traffic wasn't as bad because they only had 60 beds in the beginning. But it's grown to a pretty high capacity, and probably maximum now. And there's going to be a lot more traffic on the street, so they should be instructed that for pickup and delivery, and there should be a sign on the fence that the people that are members of the club down there don't come out on the street. They have to be picked up in that wraparound. And that's on Mr. Atia's property, the whole thing, so it wouldn't be a big problem. And that was part of the original conversation. Because they also talked about bus service, but that never happened.
Jerry, there is a sign on the fence, but I guess we have to get the sheriff's department to come out and enforce it.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Sir?
My name's Abraham T. I am the property owner. I want to know about these issues too, because I'm a landlord of the county. So, I mean, nobody's telling me about this. Okay, do have direct access to the county too. I mean, I'd like an email if you could tell me something's going on down there. I'll call them on myself directly on the cell phone and tell them this is bullcrap. Because they're supposed to comply with what they were supposed to do. I have a lot of real estate. I can't be down here managing this stuff. I'd be weird, but if something's going on and there's immediate attention, traffic being backed up, correctional facilities, kids running out doing bad things, shoot me an email. I'll call them out on the cell phone. And I have the director's cell phone too. I'll call them up. I'll raise hell on them. I need to know about it. Nobody tells me about it. So I don't want the neighbors to be pissed off because I know you're going to blame me for it, but the county is my tenant. I'm not obligated to manage those guys, but I can open my ears. Okay, if you guys just tell me about it.
Okay.
More email.
Okay. My name is Nancy Clips. I live at 160 Spring Street, West Easton. I'd like to tell you about an incident where I have the guys coming down and walking through my yard,
Right.
down the hill, through other people's yards,
From up on Freemansburg Avenue.
from Spring Street to take the shortcut so they don't have to walk all the way down Spring Street, all the way down Main Street. So they're walking through two people's yards so that they can take the shortcut to come into the DUI center. I've had Mayor DePaul up at my house, and I've also had the guy from the DUI center where they've actually got a path drawn right through my property where they're walking through.
Oh, they could send that guy up to the lockdown if he violates. It's serious stuff. He's got to tell us once you get one or two guys in trouble, then the rest is stop doing it. It's a matter of you put our foot down and stop. I want compliance with the ordinance and compliance with the neighborhood too. My phone numbers, that phone number on the building, okay, that's my cell phone, okay, it's up there all over the place. You see, run out, you call me up. I'll send somebody down here in New York second. I mean, that's my cell phone. I live 10 miles from here. I'm not far away. If I have to cut down myself, I would.
If I can say something, just a reminder to the residents, when you make a comment, you're directing them to the council. I mean, great that you made a comment, but you direct them to the council and not, Mr. T is here tonight, and I know there's some people that want to say things, but please don't direct it to Mr. Atia, direct it to the council. If Mr. Atia wants to respond, that's up to him, okay?
Sure.
Thank you.
Nancy, has it happened lately or not?
Not since you and I and the DUI guy have had that discussion. I haven't noticed them cut through the yard, no.
My name is Brandon Lutz. I live on Spring Street. I had a problem with the parking. Mr. DePaul knows about it, with the inmates parking illegal cars in our alleyway. Now we have problems with them stashing stuff in between houses, between the garages. One of the neighbors caught one of the guys in between my truck and my trailer stashing something last week. And then the guy turned around and said, "What, you got a problem?" I talked to the deputy warden. He said he would make sure they wouldn't walk up and down the alleyway. They don't belong in the alleyway, walk in the street. We need to do something. I mean, if I got to put cameras up and sit out there, I'm gonna. But it needs, and like you said, like everybody says, you get a new batch of guys every week, and you got guys that break the rules. It's a constant problem. It's not going away. I mean, I don't know if they're stashing cars somewhere else now.
Have you been letting us know then?
No, I just found out about this the other night, that they're stashing stuff in between because the neighbor comes to me and says, "Look at your vehicle, make sure they're not doing something to it."
If you call here, we record it. We continue to record. We continue to complain. they've usually been pretty good about it.
The deputy warden gave me his cell phone number. I harassed him. I don't have a problem calling him when there's an issue. He gave me his number, that's his own fault.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir?
Yeah, my name is Wesley Gears, I live up in the corner of Spring and Easton, right across from the playground next to the fire station. I have an issue with how many people are walking. I thought there was supposed to be a bus to pick them up or something, to take them someplace so they can walk or whatever, but I get up to work at 5 o'clock in the morning and I can count 6 guys walking up past my mailbox. And they're just having a good old time. And then they'll sit across the street on the park bench and fall asleep. And I had to spend over $600 to put 10 cameras up now just to cover my perimeter of my home. Because they used to park their cars right up here by the garages. You know, and they got turned in for that and they got caught, I guess, whatever, they had to go back to the main prison. But this is getting ridiculous. There's too many people walking. I didn't get the camera until after my son's car was next door, got broken into. And then they finally caught him, and he was a guard, a prisoner down here, inmate down here. Then I had to spend money for cameras. This is ridiculous. Do we have any cameras on this building on the outside?
Yes.
We do?
Yes.
Maybe we ought to put a few more.
Wes, just so you know, I was in a conference with the people that run the DUI Center and the county executive in Atlanta. They want to start a bus service. I have no idea when and where the pickup would be.
It's just that these people should not be able to walk up and down our streets.
I mean, it's,
You know,
they're only waiting for
don't
them to
get me
get
wrong,
to the
they're not
bus.
violent criminals,
No,
but it
they're not.
wasn't a violent criminal who broke into my son's truck, and another woman struck up on 4th Street either.
No, they're not violent.
They're not violent.
It is a work release
So
facility.
they
They can't keep them in there.
they can walk to the bus stop to get the bus, and then you have to walk up that way. We don't have any way
Staying on
to.
a bench?
Pardon?
They come out from here and then stay on the bench?
Well, not on the way to work, on the way home from work.
Hopefully,
Two
this
or three
bus,
of them sit up there.
Wes, hopefully this bus service will be inside the gate. I'm not sure.
Pardon me?
I'm not sure about the bus service. It might be inside the gate. We'll have to wait and see what Atlanta decides to do.
And again, if you can take pictures of this stuff happening, send it to, or send it to Joan. She'll forward it to the officer down there. And I'll guarantee you, when they find out that somebody's not coming straight back from work, they're gonna have a problem.
Well, they have a certain amount of time, you know, specified for them to come back to work.
They picture them sleeping on the bench, Wes.
They may work at the West Easton Mart down here, but they still give them an hour and a half to get back to the prison.
You know, how do you know this?
They have a specific amount of time. If they can get back faster, they can walk outside.
I don't know anything about them having
Well,
this.
that's the truth.
They're out there maybe an hour sometimes smoking out inside the fence. They're in there, they're smoking and then they'll go in. But Saturday I had a call, Saturday and Sunday. F this, F that, and everybody had their windows open, and the neighbors could hear this. Our problem is, I don't want to keep coming up here and calling Joe and calling this one. I told the sheriff down there, that's their problem. Your guards that are working there, are they watching the camera? They should walk out front and see what's going on. I complained at least 50 times this year. I don't want to come running here.
Video it, just get us a picture of it with your camera, then that's evidence. Show us.
Here, the wife got, just the day coming home from somewhere, she got it on there on her camera. What's that gonna do?
Well, you send it to
Somebody
Joe.
almost rear-ended us, and then the traffic's beeping at us because this wise guy don't wanna move. That ain't getting us nowhere or nobody.
Will.
Pardon me, what I suggest we do is, if Mr. Attia is willing to talk to you after the meeting, perhaps he can talk to you after the meeting, but let's not make this a discussion here. Okay. Is there any other public comment not related to the conditional use?
For this here, same one. Town Modeling, 235th Street, West Easton. Seems like there's two standards for the work release. Easton, the minute those guys come back, they got to report in there and they're in there locked down until it's time to go to work. These guys, you go down here any time of the night and there's a gang sitting outside smoking cigarettes on government property. They're not allowed to smoke, and there should be no cigarettes in there. So either the county executive's got to put his foot down and straighten this out, because we got a problem down there. And these poor residents on Main Street got it worse.
Any further comments? We're gonna shift to the, conditional use hearing. We're gonna turn the meeting over to solicitor. All right, thanks for during the first part of the meeting, the conditional use. We're gonna continue with our meeting, our borough meeting. So let's move right to approval of payments. Need a motion to approve general fund checks 17,241 through 17,298.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Approval of online payments from the general fund. These are indicated on the second page. It's X 0011 through X 0017. Motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
And second.
I'll second.
Any discussion on our online payments? See none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Motion to approve debit account payments on the second page. They're dated 6/3/2019 through 7/5/2019. Need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Any discussion on our debit account payments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Finally, motion to approve sewer fund account checks 2086 through 2089.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion on sewer fund account checks? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Approval of deposits and receipts for June 2019. Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? Suspense is killing me. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Approval of the minutes from our last meeting on June 10th, 2019. Need a motion to approve.
Get your motion yet?
No, I'm still waiting.
I'll make it.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
There you go.
A lot of suspense. All right, any discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No?
I haven't heard, I don't have a clue, I wasn't here.
Abstain.
No, you can't abstain because you're not ready. It's not an abstention, it's just, if I can't get the table, I can go it there.
You can vote no or abstain. You want to vote no, vote no. You did, all right?
All right. We have majority, yes. Approval of treasurer's report for June 2019. Motion to approve.
Make a motion.
All right, second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Engineers report. Joan, got anything from our engineering? Office report?
The main thing, there's several little ones. You'll have your insurance proposal for Safety First Volunteer Fire Company in the amount of $17,825. Bill met with public safety, thought there might be a concern, and there was a concern. Social club is saying they don't have enough money to pay. We budgeted $30,000 to help cover what they might not have, and this is coming in at $17,800.
So we need a motion to approve $17,825 for the insurance, right? Everybody understand that this is for their insurance? Also understand if they can't pay their insurance, they can't go on.
I'll make the motion.
All right,
I'll second it.
okay. Any discussion on this?
Yes.
Shoot.
We give a $20,000 donation, or I'm sorry, we gave $18,000 donation at the beginning of the year to help them cover their expenses. Now, is this part of those expenses that they should have covered, or is this something separate that needs to be covered by
The
us?
$18,000 usually goes towards utilities and gas and all that kind of stuff. This is something the social club used to cover, and they're telling us they don't have the money.
So the social club used to cover this, they don't have the money, and now we've got to cover it. Okay, I think if we approve this evening, this extra 17, almost $18,000, which is double our usual donation, we might want to think about the next time they ask for a donation, lowering that amount to cover the insurance. If their facilities, and I understand that the ladies auxiliary is doing well, they're making money. If the social club isn't keeping up their end to support the fire department, then we need to look at what's happening over at the social club. Because this is not going to continue.
No, we can't afford it.
That's all.
To add to that discussion, I think if the social club turns to the ladies auxiliary for monies to do barbecues and picnics, then maybe we should talk to the ladies auxiliary, have a sit-down meeting with them to discuss the insurance. If they have enough money to help the social club out, and they might have enough money to help us out, pay for the fire insurance. And I like to see what happens tomorrow night at a financial report with the social club. Their meeting is tomorrow night.
Can you follow up with us then on that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the motion should be tabled. Because
What does this do?
I don't
What
think
do
it's,
they want this?
I don't think it's due until September or,
August?
I think it's September that the insurance is due.
They said at the meeting last month in June that they lost $10,000 in May. In 1 month, they lost $10,000.
Social club.
Correct.
See, that's what I'm saying about the meeting tomorrow night. So the financial report tomorrow night might be different than losing, and might gain $20,000. I don't know. That's what the monthly meeting is for.
I mean, not during the summer when barely everybody's gone.
Well, they borrowed money to have a barbecue from the ladies auxiliary. The ladies auxiliary is actually doing better from the treasurer's report from the social club. So I think this is not just a one meeting call, like last meeting where they said they lost 10,000 and financial reports the months before that, they made money.
If if I can make a suggestion, perhaps what Borough Council might want to do is, when we get to my report, there's going to be a series of matters that I would like to talk about in executive session.
All right.
This may lead to something that we may also want to talk about in executive session.
Okay.
Let's do that, and then perhaps come out of executive session and then make a decision how to
So we're gonna table the,
temporarily.
we're just gonna table this, because we got a motion and a second. We're gonna table this until after executive session.
Is that acceptable? It's your motion, right? I don't remember.
It was-
Is that acceptable to you?
Yes.
Yes.
And the second, is that
Yes,
acceptable?
that's okay. That's good. I have questions.
All right.
Do you know what the due date
There'll
is?
be a little discussion on that
Yeah.
motion too. I just want to add one thing. We have to do everything that we can in our power to keep the fire company running. I'm talking about the fire company itself, not the social club.
And you realize that they're having trouble with paying their bills too. He made it clear at the beginning of the year.
Well, you know what, it could be mismanagement, and I think everybody knows that. You might as well come out and say it. I mean, when they say they're paying $776 to pick up some bottles and cans every month, then you know they got a problem.
Okay, we'll revisit this.
Paul, hold on one second. Mr. Nace, do you know when the insurance is due?
I'm pretty sure it's August. Yes,
Yes.
middle of August.
All right. Anything else, Joe? Office?
Oh, gosh,
Sorry.
I want to mention National Night Out is August 6th from 6 to 8 p.m. We'll be down here again. Beth Woods, who's here with the Valor Clinic, they're collecting canned goods through 7/28 to jumpstart their Thanksgiving and Christmas baskets that they do for the homeless veterans and veterans in crisis. They're corn, green beans, pie filling, gravy, and cranberry sauce. Check expiration dates. Put it in an email. The grants are finished. We got the $60,000 back for the pole barn, the 24/5 for the trestle, the paperwork for the casino grant has been submitted, and we received a check from Wilson. Our grant writer has completed the CIPP grant, which we voted to do last month. It'll be submitted tomorrow. That's where we're using our LSA grant and our own $16,006 to put towards the second phase of the pole barn. And I don't know if council wants to get into this or not. We have 2 bikes that have advertised on Facebook repeatedly. I got in touch with Easton, Wilson Police. Nobody has claimed these bikes. I wanted to know if it's okay to donate it to somebody in need in our borough or an organization that gives them out to needy kids. Does anybody have a problem with that? Or better, different solution?
We could have a drawing for them. Unfortunately,
I'll make, we can't, can we donate them?
no, I don't think so. I think the bikes and lost property are specifically defined, and there's a procedure you have to follow. I think you actually have to auction them. Yeah. People don't, but you should. Let me, if it's okay with you guys, let me double check and then I'll let you know.
No,
But some,
no, you don't have to do that. I'll check.
okay.
And then last thing, he said not to, but I wanted to thank Matt for stepping up. I've been buried with Right to Knows for the last several months, and he's done a lot of what I normally did, and I really appreciate it.
All right. List of policies, resolutions, ordinances, anything for us, John? Anything for this meeting? Policies, resolutions, ordinances, none? Solicitors report?
I have a series of items for executive session.
All right, council report, president's report, for myself, I'm going to keep it short. Again, there's always training available. Bob, we were expecting something from the PSAB conference, some type of a formal report or something. Can you get us something just like what you did? We've seen some of the transparency things or whatever, the PowerPoints, I've seen some of those, but can you just give us a report on what you did?
Sure, okay.
That's all I got. No.
Can't do it right now.
Mayor?
I'll just touch on everybody knows, we got 2 vehicles from Palmer Township. And Ford Motor Company recalled one of the vehicles that Palmer Township gave us. So right now, it's up at Nazareth Ford, being fixed for the recalls. So we got some free problems that was wrong with the car, fixed for nothing, and hopefully we'll get it back by the end of this week. That's all.
Thanks. Anything for the council roundtable?
Yeah, just to let everybody know, if you weren't aware already, our resolution 2019-016, the vexatious requesters resolution, was accepted by Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs as resolution 2019-15, which means the power of about 1,000 boroughs met with lobbyists. We'll be sending it to the House, where I believe it's Mr. Freeman will receive it and try to get bipartisan support if he can to create legislation to change the law. PSACS, which is the Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors, has also enacted or adopted a vexatious requesters resolution, and so you have about 1,400 townships with the power behind it. So, just an example, when they tell you a little borough can't get anything done, sometimes it can.
That's good.
And I also like the council to consider, maybe once down the road, maybe having a town hall meeting to straighten out some things that are being put out there on social media that's really distorted the information that's coming out of council and things we do and what we're spending. Council roundtable might give an opportunity to talk to residents about what's really happening, what we're really spending, how much grants are saving us, and other things said. Like I heard tonight, our former mayor said it's on us now to fix something, an ordinance that they created, that now we have to fix, and it's going to be on us. They put it in here, but I didn't hear him say that. So this is the kind of thing a roundtable can accomplish by letting residents know the background on some of this stuff.
Or a town hall.
A town hall, sorry.
Good idea.
That's it for me.
Anybody else for council roundtable? Let's move to committee reports. Finance committee?
Dave, when we have the mid-year numbers?
Probably by the end of this week.
So we're gonna set up a meeting.
You give me 2 more weeks, can we, by the night, after the 19th, Joe and I will have our prepared budget for you to look at by then.
All right.
It's 2/3 of the way done now.
Terrific. So we'll set it up for the 23rd,
I'm on vacation. About the next week?
start the 29th.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, I'm tapping with all that crap.
I figured.
Yes, you are. Yes, you too.
Okay, thank you.
29th?
What time?
Are you good for 6?
Yeah, 6 p.m.
6. Mm-hmm.
So then, well, we're not just gonna make one. How about the 30th and the 31st?
Okay.
No to the 30th. 31st is okay.
All right, we'll do the 29th and 31st for now. 6 o'clock.
Is there going to be a second meeting this month because of this hearing tonight?
We don't need, we got 45 days. So, we might have a second meeting next month.
We'll be adding it to the budget, but I just want to let everybody know, we have a $500 a year fee now because of MS4. It used to be $500 for every 5 years when you got the permit. Now you pay for the permit, and there's a fee that we'll put it in the budget, but just so everybody knows this. What it is now.
Anything else for finance, Bob? Good.
identified will be in this order: Front Street, Main East. Group 3 will be Spring from East to Ridge, and finally 4 Ridge Street, and that's for the appropriate materials and methods to resurface the streets. So Dan said he would take care of that. I don't think I have any action items right now. So they got to determine the square footage, what we have, how much money we have, and get bids for that.
I'm sorry, Dan. I got Front Street, I got Main to East, and what were the other two?
Spring from East to Ridge, and then Ridge.
Thank you.
And then as far as property goes, I just have a question. What's up with that fountain again?
Does council want slurry seal, Nova chip? Because I think we're done with the slurry seal.
Yeah, I think that Nova chip is a little better.
Or
That
what-
slurry seal is,
Whatever product is now called Nova chip, because it's just a generic name.
slurry seals are
Yeah.
near
We
key to
did
get
that.
through.
We did that to save our streets, and now we have to,
Now we have to start building them up.
right.
You're right.
And then we have to we have to watch what we do, because some curbs on some of the streets may be too low now. We'll have to look at it.
Dean, they said the fountain was,
Yeah, it's not working again. I noticed that
Well, it was, I understand there was an issue, Matt said something about it was running brown, the water was running brown.
No, I didn't say that. I don't know where you're hearing this stuff from. I said that it had pushed out some sediment. But it was, the reservoir ran low because the timer not running long enough during really hot weather before it rained. The reservoir was running low, so, Dan and I actually looked at it. He noticed that it was rippling, so the pump was running. There just wasn't enough water in the reservoir because it evaporated. And the pump was set to pump 5 minutes every morning. So Dan pulled the hose out there, we filled it up with water, the reservoir, but just let the water run through the stones, and it started pumping again. If it's down now, it's not being proper. We're going to call Daniels Landscaping. I don't know what to tell you. You're the head property.
I know, is there an action item for me? That's why I asked.
Oh, no.
You know?
They would have to move that pump to the people's part of the great house.
Might have to put a different pump in, or some pump.
They haven't been able to do the restrictor, they said.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the restrictors, so that, I don't know if that'll solve the problem. If under there, we can put the pump down lower, because we noticed, I don't know if anybody's looked in the cistern, but it's the lowest I've seen it in quite a while. It's below the bricks that were in there, so it's probably dropped 4 or 5 inches. The pump is still underwater, but I'd rather see the whole thing under. So anyway, Deanna's Landscaping, I'm sure will come down and take a look at it.
anything else, Dave?
So the meeting's 29th.
Public safety? Personnel? So,
I expected Mr. Mahady to be here to give us an update, so I don't know what to tell you about the police department as far as other public safety. I'm not aware of any major issues.
you guys desire meetings now?
Well, if Mr. Mahady were here, it'd be easier to set up. I'll set up a few days and see if we can make them and he can make them. Who else is on that now again? Myself. Are you on that too?
She's chair.
Chair.
Yes, why not answer?
Well, because you're,
Our transition until next month. Well, August. So
Well, I'll
we're
tell you
still.
what, you set up the meetings.
Oh, okay, well, this is exciting.
All right.
Right away. Okay. David, you still back for Tuesdays or who's?
Wednesday, the 24th and 31st are the only bad days I have this month. 24th and 31st.
5:30, or is that too little?
It's pushing it, right? Depends on traffic.
Okay. So 22nd at 5:30. And do we have to choose the second? I guess we do. Is that
You
true?
you can, see, you can choose the entire week and cancel what you don't need.
Oh,
That's how,
really?
yeah, that's
Okay.
how it works.
That's a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
You said the 23rd will be okay?
Is that a Wednesday?
It's a Tuesday.
Yeah, that,
Okay. So we'll do the 22nd or the 23rd at 5:30. And you'll help me get in touch with us. Because I don't know. Okay.
All right. Another committee that you're on, one is the legal, you get lucky to be on three. The other member is gone for now. We could have a meeting to kind of just get orientated, and I can get you up to date on where you're at, but we're still missing one council person
Okay.
until we get them, so.
What day's the newsletter going to be mailed?
They're ready to-
Friday.
Everything should be going out Friday.
This Friday. So we should probably have a meeting before the newsletter goes out.
It's too late now. It's going to be what it is.
Okay.
It's just
All right. Sounds
National
good.
Night Out and then
Yeah.
the usual.
That's okay. What about the 17th?
As long as it's at 5:30 or something like that, so.
About 6 PM, yeah, I'm just
Okay.
good, I'm
It
working
won't-
far away, so,
Okay, it won't be longer than an hour, right?
30 minutes.
I have
30
another
minutes.
meeting to go to, that's fine.
okay,
Okay, so July 17th
at 6 PM.
at 6 PM.
Utilities?
Actually, nothing urgent for this month. I'm gonna hold off until August.
Okay. Recreation, so Jeff is verbally tendered resignation, but we haven't gotten anything else from him yet, so do you guys want to do anything, or?
What do we have going?
Nothing.
We have nothing going.
We'll defer.
James, I would love to volunteer to just, I would like to attend, I don't want to be treasurer. I would like to attend to see what you're doing. So whenever you have a meeting, I'll come.
Well, we don't.
If I'm having a meeting.
You want to be the chair?
Be quiet.
National Night Out fall under
Well, yes, that's
recreation.
what I was wondering.
That'd be activities.
But it's, isn't that, just the office does it?
Yeah.
Oh, so we don't do that, okay.
I mean, it'd be nice if somebody pitched in, but it's usually us doing the
I'm
activity.
trying to find you something to do.
But I just thought that recreation was my,
Well-
yeah, that's fine.
So do you, well, I'll talk to you after this.
Yeah, why don't we talk about it?
And finally, grants.
John took all my thunder about grants, so.
Okay.
Nothing. And there's no grants coming up, we already applied.
Yeah, we're good for
Yeah,
grants.
no meeting.
Unfinished business? No, I don't have anything. New business? I have room for more public comment. You guys got any more to add to what we had talked about earlier? Yes, sir.
What's the status of the police department?
Steve,
The police department?
I guess he has to hand in the policies, yeah?
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen policies yet.
Policies, procedures, fines.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we want to update the fines too, because, just to give you a brief fine, years back, to drive on the park up there, it's a $5 fine. That's how old some of them are.
I understand that, but
With
there's no other police department intact. You're waiting to do that before you get the police in?
Yeah, we have to, do you want to send a police officer out there without operating procedures and something goes
No,
wrong?
I understand that.
So that's what
For
we're.
a $5 fine, that can be changed after he's in, correct?
Yeah, but I was just mentioning that's one of the things that we have to look at.
Okay.
But, yeah, there's bigger things.
But a lot has been done up to this point. It's where we can see the finish line. We're really close. So a lot of work has been done.
And they're only gonna work days? Or
No, no,
They-
no,
they don't-
no, 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 no.
No, it's gonna be
Well, that's what I
random.
just heard earlier.
Right, see, random shifts, he would, so that there's no rhyme or reason to shift so that we wouldn't have people, like, well, there's no police. Like Rosetto has daytime police department, so that way all of the goofballs come out at night and screw around because they know there's no police at night. Our goal was to cover, as much of it as we could, but covering random shifts.
I understand that, but as a resident, if I dial 911, I'm gonna expect a policeman to come because we have a police department now, and, well, this middle shift happens to be his day off.
No, you gotta remember, this is a part-time police force that'll be sharing duties still with the state police. We will have certain hours on certain days covered locally.
I understand that, but if you do the random system like that, then we don't know when the police are coming, if it's a regular guy or if it's gonna be a state police. If it's gonna be a state police, it's gonna be hours.
Our chief or our part-time will call the 911 center when they leave. So the 911 call will be directed either to our police or to the state police. No, you're exactly right. You're not gonna know. The goal was to kind of cover as much of it as we could within our budget.
Yeah,
Within our budget.
Just a question.
No, those are great questions. I'm glad you asked.
And the mayor, just to let you know, will work with the chief of police to decide what that schedule would be. That's one of his duties as mayor, is to set the schedule.
Okay. You gotta give him a lot of credit, because Dan done a lot of work with this.
Yes.
Got a police department, got a station, got a safe for guns, cars that got recalled.
Don't leave your car laying on the street, because he might use it for police.
But we're a lot closer than we've ever been. This for Dan, we've been working on it for a long time, so
I know.
it's pretty good. You realize how much it's government, so how much bureaucracy is involved. There's homeland security. There's all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Matt, the computers are in, and from what I understand, the volunteer was up there?
The volunteer working on the place?
No, the
Oh,
volunteer,
the computer guy.
Secretary.
What?
Connie.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware.
What I understand, we had a volunteer at was it the last meeting?
Yeah.
To help get the thing started if you need any paperwork. But the computers are in, the computers are all programmed, everything's ready.
Good questions. Anyone else? Any other public comment?
That was my question.
Okay. Leon?
My sidewalk's still the same.
It's probably worse now because all this rain.
It's 2 years now. The other day, the water was got some.
The government works,
Down the sidewalk.
our government works really fast. We haven't forgotten about